It's I got some shit to say to podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop because trust us, we never do. All we do is work. Y'all know me.
Fuck you, Squint.
That's right. R.I.P.
Whizzle Fizzle.
Forever and always. With me as usual, that guy.
ChatArmsTV.com.
Hey, oh yeah, boy.
Dude, this is episode 299.
299, dude. That's my average score when I go bowling.
Damn, that'd be dope as fuck. What is your average on bowling? I used to,
if I get 100, I'm bowling.
right? I was literally about to say, I remember like being like younger and bowling, like with friends or some shit, like in middle school, early high school, and being stoked if I could hit like 100, 120. I bet now I could probably bowl 150.
Yeah.
Fun fact, you know who's a great bowler? Twack.
I can see that.
Twack bowl his ass off, dog.
I think I've seen clips of Twack. He's got the super spinny. Bowling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super spinny bowler. Okay. Bowling? Yeah, I know that motherfucker can bowl because he'll be posting that shit like super late because bowling alley open. Yeah. Shout out Twack.
Shout out to his
my guy. Yeah, man, episode 299. We back. Me and Chatty. Few things going on. I don't know. It's a busy week. One thing that's for sure right now, available now, Bad Habits 2. Leroy Biggs, Chat Arms.
Wow, finally, dude. Almost 4 years later. September of 2021, we dropped Volume 1, and May of 2025, we dropped Volume 2, but it's eight songs, man. One of the songs has been previously released on Live Forever. The other 7 songs are new to y'all. We dropped a single a couple last week, Sleepy Hollow, but
facts.
Yeah, 7 of the 8 songs are brand new, so hopefully y'all enjoy that. New visual is out today as well.
Today.
Dollywood Dope, my favorite song on the album.
Dope.
The intro to the album.
That's your favorite one on the album?
Yeah, I think it's just because it's new. Because you got to think, like, I've been listening to these other songs for 3.5 years. Like, every song on this album except for Dollywood Dope and Greedy were recorded in 2022 or 2023.
Damn, fun fact.
Yeah. So, but they're new to, nobody's heard them. You know what I'm saying? They've just been sitting. But I'm glad that we're finally getting it out there to y'all. And after the pod, y'all be sure to check out the new visual.
Yeah, absolutely. Noon today?
11. We'll do
11 a.m.
Yeah, 11
cool. Right
a.m.
after the pod.
Yep.
Go over to Chat Arms TV. Y'all know the move.
Thanks.
And in reality, y'all. If you tuned in last week, we mentioned that 299 would obviously like do it the way we do this. We usually break down the albums on release dates. And this was supposed to be a Bad Habits 2 episode, but in reality, in Middle Tennessee, it is a shitstorm. Yeah. Literally.
Leroy's literally in the middle of a shitstorm.
And earlier today, Leroy had aspirations to get new tires on his vehicle. And
he got a whole bunch of stuff happened today.
Bunch of stuff happened.
I was like, bro, let's just handle all that, and then we'll just do the pod.
But it's not worth like jumping through flaming hoops just for all that.
No, he'll be back.
Yeah, definitely will. Shout out to the kid, man. I'm stoked for the new album. I've already heard it in reality. I mean, come on, knowing my position, I get that luxury.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bad Habits 2. It's bangers, man. Eight bangers, 7 new ones. So
yeah, and we got 3 features on this one. We got Jam Wayne on one.
Shout out Jambo.
We got O.n.e on and Twack on one. And
absolutely.
Twack's actually on 2 songs on the album, but we got O.n.e, Twack, and Jam Wayne on there. So y'all be sure to tune in and go run the streams up. Link will be somewhere here.
Facts. And that Dollywood Dope.
Dollywood Dope. Shout out Dollywood.
Who shot Dollywood Dope? Twack.
Twack and Rothstein shot it in the studio when we was recording it.
Talk about a spontaneous shoot. But then, Squint 615 on the visual. Y'all tap in. It's a dope one too.
Yeah.
I love Dollywood Dope. It's probably you got the track list. Let's run through it real quick.
Yeah, I know.
Can we run through it?
Oh,
word.
So Dollywood Dope's the first track. It's the intro. Killa did the beat on
Shout
that
Killa.
one.
He will be here soon.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you about that. Yeah.
He told me the day. I think it's actually when Tim Man's gonna be here.
Still.
But yeah, I need to shout out to Killa. He did 2 tracks on the album. He came through in the clutch for us. So track 1 is Dollywood Dope. It's the intro. It's Dollywood Dope / Bad Habits 2 intro.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those that I sent the beat to Leroy. Fun fact, me and Fury was originally going to use that beat for Goats, and then it just got pushed to the back because we found a bunch of other stuff that we were working on that was fitting the album more. And then, so we didn't use that beat. But it's a beat I've had from Killa for a minute. And then I was like, bro, let's do some shit like this for the intro. Let's if this is the first thing back for you, you know what I mean, in a minute, and that's one of the coldest verses Leroy's gonna spit. It's 8 bars, but he went off on that intro. So
I've been hearing a lot of stuff from Leroy, like on the side from Bad Habits too. That's going.
Yeah, he's killing the features too. Y'all need features. Holler at him, man. He's been killing the feature game too the last couple of weeks. But he's back. He's back at it, man. So I'm glad we got that album out. And now that makes 5 successful releases in 5 months for your boy, man, in 2025.
Pressure.
Yeah. And I'll confirm this too, because I already know it's going to happen. June's release is myself and Tennessee Grizzly collab album. So
untitled project at the moment.
I think I know what we're going to call it. I just need to see if Grizz wants to call it the same.
Yeah, keep that under the wraps for now. But in reality, I did a live with Grizz on Off the Wall with King Ego and them. And Grizz mentioned it on our live that he had an upcoming project coming with Chad Arms. And when he said that, I was like, yeah. But I think it was either Ego or Cy. Shout out Cy. He told me, what's up?
What up, dog?
He said, what are y'all going to call it? And Grizz admittedly said on the live, he's like, we have no idea. But
I know what I want to call it. I just, I want to call it Round the Way because I think that's a dope title. And that song's already a banger. That's the one that got things jumping off for me and Grizz on a collaborative note. And we're both like, we're just round the way from each other, and we're just 2 dudes from around the way. That's
shout out Grizz, man.
Yeah, shout out Grizz, man.
My dude. He's had a birthday, too.
Yep, 25.
25 young.
Yep.
That a boy. But yeah, that's interesting to hear. I like how on the release date for the May release that you're announcing the June release. I think we should make a habit of that.
June 27th, I already know the date. Yep.
Yeah, dope. But I think we should make a habit of that, of announcing the following month immediately. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of shit coming too. Woo! Chatty halfway done with the year, boy. T and Grizzly coming in June. That's fire.
So it was crazy. Me and Mel went to go see her cousin Brian. He's a firefighter, right?
Shout out Brian.
And he's one of my biggest supporters, man. And we always go down there and shoot the shit with him. When he's working, he's on a 24-hour shift or whatever, and it's slow. He'll come and I let him preview the albums and stuff. And we were sitting there the other night. I was letting him hear this album, me and Leroy's.
Yeah.
And I said, man, do you know how crazy it is that 6 months ago, I remember in December, we was there with him, and we were coming up with the plan for 2025.
Really?
And now we're halfway through with it.
Yeah.
And it feels like it was that.
Yeah. But it's going to go fast. You already knew it was going to. It's literally like an accelerator for time.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about. I guess because it's so much.
There's so much anticipation. There's so many dates, moments, studio sessions, collabs, meetings, videos, like all these things get scheduled. And it's like, as soon as you're like, well, this is a big day right here. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as that day happens, while it's happening, you'll catch yourself saying, damn, there's another big day 3 days out, 4 days out, a week out. We got to drive here. Well,
in real time, and then when this is being recorded, me and Grizz got a studio session tomorrow.
Ooh, flex.
Yeah.
Love
try
it.
To finish it. Well, not finish it, but get close to finishing it.
Love it. I love the idea of it. That's dope as fuck. What is tomorrow? Okay, yeah. What time is that session?
12 to 4.
Of course it is.
That's all he had, bro.
Fuck you, Rawstein.
Rawstein me books, bro. Y'all need some studio time. Holler at Rawstein, son.
Why? You can't get it. No, shout out Rawstein.
Once we get all our times knocked out, if he's got anything left.
Fun fact, y'all know I still work a full-time job, and with that being said, I'm usually available about 4:30 p.m. Mm-hmm. So it sucks when I hear that. And this is the second session in a row that's been a 12 to 4 for Chad and Tien. And that's like fucking it's opportunity for content realistically, especially with album in the works. It's easy for us to put together like studio visual. A lot of different visuals can take, you know what I mean? We can take a lot of those segments and just make shit out of it. Yeah. Even the reels and whatever else, just while they're together. But yeah, dude, I'm stoked about it. I'm stoked about that shit for sure. But back to fucking Bad Habits too. You said O.n.e, Twack's on there twice. Jambo's on there. Run through the track list real quick.
Yeah, so track 1 is Dollywood Dope. Track 2 is a song called Bottom of the Barrel. It's produced by Dub 3030.
Yes, 3030.
It's featuring Jam Wayne.
Okay.
That is one that me and Leroy have had, again, 2022.
Yeah.
And we had an open third verse on that for 2.5 years. And when Leroy hit me and was like, man, I think I'm finally ready for us to get back going, man. You want to do the Bad Habits album. If you want to fit it in whatever you feel is best. I was like, all right, cool. First thing I did was I was at Jambo's one week when we were shooting stuff, and I was like, man, you want to get on me and Leroy's album? And Jambo loves Leroy.
And he loves rapping.
Yeah, and he was like, hell yeah, just send that bitch. So I sent it to him, and he knocked it out. But I really love that track, man. It's just got a really dope like rock rap feel to it.
Facts.
And Dub is a
genius.
I need everybody to understand with Dub, like he's a big part of me being able to facilitate this album a month. He's going above and beyond trying to make sure he's staying on me like, man, what's the next one? So I know so shout out to Dub for that, because Dub and Rothstein both are really from the engineer mix mastering side too. Menace is helping with mix and mastering if I needed to. So shout
out to all those guys, yeah.
But
for sure.
Bottom of the Barrel's track 2. Track 3 is Sleepy Hollow.
Love it.
Which is out now.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, that's a lot. People love that record, man.
It's a great record.
It's doing good too, so I appreciate everybody that's streaming it.
In reality, the only reason y'all got a lyric video is because we didn't get an opportunity to shoot the real video because of weather. It's fucking, it was flooded. It's
so the video that's dropping after this, I shot that as a studio visual.
Oh, yeah.
Because earlier that day, we found out we wasn't going to be able to shoot Sleepy Hollow after the studio session because the weather was fucked.
Oh, you a thumbnail.
So we got to, so we got to make that happen. We ended up getting the visual for Dollywood Dope out of it. So, but Sleepy Hollow, man, is another one, really eerie feel to it. I love that record. And it's another one produced by Dub 3030.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a lot of people's
that's my favorite
on the album.
I love Dollywood Dope too, because I'm a big intro guy and Show and Prove known for that. But at the same time, as far as like a structured record, I love Sleepy Hollow. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it's a hit record to me.
Yep.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, and the next one is another one. This was probably, man, this may be 2021, early 2022.
I'm trying to read it. I can't see it.
It's called Tesla. So it's a song it was a solo record that I did to a dub beat. It was one of the first 5 beats I bought from Dub 3030.
Damn, fun fact.
It had 2 verses of me. It was a solo record.
Yeah.
And then when me and Leroy was kicking around the idea for Bad Habits 2, like 2 years ago, I was like going through my catalog on stuff that I hadn't put out. And I was like, man, would you like this track? If you do, I'll take my second verse off it and use it on something else, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what we did with this one. But I love this record too. It's a real chill record, but it's another one that Dub killed. And the majority of this we recorded at Rothstein's and Dub's. So, but that's another one that I like. It's another one that's just another solid record.
Yeah.
You know, track 5 is actually one that Leroy and Twack wrote at an Airbnb when we was in North Carolina in 2023.
I remember these stories.
We did a makeshift studio in the Airbnb we were at. And it sounded horrible. We wrote it. We created the song from scratch. We actually did that song and Superstitious, the one that's on True Limit.
Yeah.
We created both of these songs, wrote them, and recorded them at this Airbnb, and it sounded horrible, right? But we still created the songs there. We just re-recorded them at Dubs.
Jackie Superstitious should have been on that.
Well, we were going to put it on that.
Jackie Moon said that.
We were going to put it on that, but we ended up putting BIGS&P on there instead. And I think we're going to use, I don't know, it was weird. I forgot why we didn't put it on there. Something about Leroy wanted to change some stuff on the hook or something. I don't know.
But I cut you off. What were you saying about the makeshift studio and all that?
It just, we relayed all the stuff at Dubs.
Oh, got you.
About a month or two later, we recorded them 2 songs and the song that we did with Rogue. Me and one did with Rogue. We recorded all of them at the same day.
Oh, okay.
So BIGS&P was just a song that was just in the cut.
Right.
Leroy and Twack had talked about doing it for their project, which they can still put it on there whenever they put theirs out. But when me and Leroy were going through songs, I was like, bro, you want to put that BIGS&P on there? And he forgot about the record because it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And
I remember
the one in Twack. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So
I remember the Airbnb discussion and seeing, talking to FaceTime on one of y'all, or some shit. You know what I mean? I remember y'all being there and showing me what was happening.
Yeah, we moved a bunch of stuff in the upstairs.
Yeah.
It was me and Mel's room in the Airbnb. It was a huge room, so we was able to make it work enough. And she was down there. Her and Bree were down there cooking, and we were upstairs recording. So it was kind of cool. It was after one of the shows or something, but that's a really cool record. It's produced by WOOOOOW, so shout out to him for getting a placement on this album.
Shout out Baby Hands.
Yeah, shout out Baby Hands.
I DM'd him the other day.
Yeah, that's another one of the low key MVPs too on the engineering and producing side. But that's track 5, BIGS&P. It's with Twack and One, so I love that record too.
Shout out to the guys.
Track 6 is a record called Pick 6, so it was only fitting I feel to put it as track 6.
Yeah.
I'm saying this now, bro. This song right here, they could put this motherfucker on Madden soundtrack, dog.
Okay. Why not submit it?
I need to figure out how to do that. But yeah, I love this record, man. Super high energy track. I compare the track energy wise to Kemosabe with me and Lex.
Whoa.
It's that vibe.
That's a hard wave to match.
I'm just talking about as far as the energy.
Careful, don't knock yourself out with that mic,
mic
bro.
is whooping my ass over here, though.
Yeah, dude, careful.
But it's another one that Dub produced.
Shout out Dub, man.
We recorded it at Rothstein's.
I'm not saying that no more this episode.
Leroy's verse, my verse is dope too on this song, but Leroy's verse on this song is fucking yeah, dude. He comes in with that super aggressive like Leroy shit. Mm-hmm. This was late 2023 when we did this one, but it's another one that I think that's going to be the sleeper on the album that people are
Big
like,
Six.
yeah, it's going to be that sleeper record. I feel like.
Okay.
But that's track 6. Track 7 is another. It's the last one we recorded for the album. It's called Greedy.
With Twack.
It's with Twack,
Yeah.
and it's produced by Killa.
Shout Killa, man.
This is the last. So we recorded Dollywood Dope and this one to finish out the album. We had all the other 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so these 2 were the newest ones, and just a real eerie like hook from Leroy, and we all went in on the verses. I think that it's another really good one. The people that I've let hear it are really fond of it. So
Yeah.
I look forward to people hearing that one. And then the last track is Sleepless Nights, which has been out on Live Forever.
Yeah.
And it's
Fire.
Yeah, I love that record, dude. And I put that on the album because when I was doing Live Forever, I wanted to get Leroy on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, as far as all the records from Bad Habits that we had at the time, this is the one that fit Live Forever the most.
Yeah.
But I wanted to put it back on this so people could hear it more too. So it's done by Dub 3030 as well. Sleepless Nights is.
Yeah. Love that record.
Yeah, and I thought it was a good song, good album, to end the album off.
Yeah, why not?
Vibe. Yeah. But
It's a timeless record.
Yeah, man, it's 8 minutes, 8 songs, 25 minutes of music, man. So it's another album for y'all for this year.
It's crazy, bro.
And it's new music from Leroy that y'all been waiting on. So
Facts.
People have been waiting on Bad Habits 2 for a minute.
Have y'all seen those baby things of Chad and Leroy yet?
Oh, bro. I slick done found the cheat code on the AI shit on the AI baby
How about
shit, bro.
piss myself though, bro? The first one I saw.
It was so confusing.
Yeah.
And now that I know
Chad's
how to do
killing
it,
that shit.
everybody's hitting me up like, man, do something for me, do something for me.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to help people out with it because, but
This shit's hilarious.
the Chat Arms TV content library is, the amount of content that can be
The archives.
reimagined from the podcast to the day in the life to the music. So yeah, people have been really liking those, especially the clips of Leroy's ranting and shit.
Right. That's crazy, bro. Bad Habits 2 available now, motherfuckers.
Facts.
Go get that shit.
Go
Congrats, Shady. Just another
Oh, yeah.
one. Another one for the archives.
Another one, bull.
Another one. Bro, you know what I saw online last night?
What?
I saw that guy Jelly Roll doing a show in Detroit and Eminem on stage.
The
with
guy
him.
named Eminem, yeah, hell yeah. That shit was wild, dude. Shout out Jelly, dude.
Shout out Jelly.
He's lost a whole person and a half.
He has. Maybe 2 at this point.
Yeah. It's going crazy.
Slim
shout,
fella.
Shout out
Looks
to
great, man.
Slimmy Roll, dude.
Yeah, shout out Slim Roll.
Yeah.
Shout reduced.
Do what?
Like reduced fat is what I was going to say. That sounded horrible.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like,
You follow me? It's just shout Diet Roll, man.
Diet Roll, dude.
Nah, but to see him on stage with M to that capacity,
Yeah,
like,
that's cool, man.
and we've seen those two people cross paths now before,
Yeah.
and it, you know what I mean. But to see it at that was some whole other shit, and that's just like, yeah, bucket list shit. I'm sure. Good
Oh,
for
it's
him,
epic, man.
That's
It's just
fucking crazy.
another excerpt, that he can put in the chapter of whatever,
Right.
like that's gonna be in the Eminem chapter of his biography he's doing.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, dude. So shout out to Jelly for that, man. That shit's that's crazy shit, bro. It's good to see that, man.
It really is. Did you? I asked Chad before we started if he's listened to the new Morgan Wallen album, because in reality, like, even though we had new music this past week from a lot of artists, I've been absorbed in the new Morgan Wallen album for 72 hours.
Yeah, and I totally get it. I've never
Guilty.
I like Morgan Wallen songs when I hear them, but
Yeah.
I don't ever go and like dive into it. I'll listen to them when they come on, just to show how different what we've been listening to. I can't stop listening to T Grizzly's new album, and I know you hate T Grizzly because he's offbeat sometimes.
I'm not even going to say anything.
Yeah, but that's just kind of where we're at on wavelengths.
On frequencies?
Yeah, on frequencies.
What do you think of the new T Grizzly album?
I love it.
Okay.
I mean, I like all of T Grizzly.
Coming from Chatty.
I like all of T Grizzly shit though.
For what it's worth, coming from Chatty.
Yeah.
Tap the fuck in.
Nah,
the Morgan Wallen shit's crazy. But I think more and more, though, I listen to it now based off, like, writer's credibility, if that makes any sense. Like, I listen to music a lot different than I did growing up to where I am now. And then when I appreciate it differently, just from the writing aspect, I think makes me become fans of songwriters. I think that's important.
Yeah. I will say this too. Another one that I've been listening to a few times. It's Buck's new album, Renovation.
Shout out Buck.
Shout out to
Quake.
Quake. I know they did. I don't know if he did all the tracks, but he produced some of them.
I think he did 6 of 8.
Yeah.
Shout out Quake. Fun fact: we had Quake here recently. I did. He joined me for an episode of I Got Some Shit to Say, and he brung his young son. His son's probably like 4 or 5, maybe even younger. I don't know. But he had like a sitter set up, and it fell through last minute, and we tried to get it in. Pause. While his son was here, you know what I mean? Yeah. And maybe it just wasn't long enough, man. So Quake owes me another visit. But we talked. Yeah, Paul, big thank you, Chad. But in reality, we literally were here for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Quake's been a homie of mine for a long time, man. And it's overdue that he pulled up anyway. But in reality, he should have been on here about 5-6 episodes ago, about the time that Buck dropped. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Buck. I see he's home. Still owes us a visit as well. But that's a different discussion. Shout Buck. Welcome home.
Facts.
Damn, I can't believe we're at almost 300 episodes, and I still haven't sat with young Buck.
Yeah, dude, he's been tough to get to sit down over here.
Right?
It'll happen, though.
It will. It's all good. Shout out Charlie.
Shout out Charlie P. I saw him recently at the studio recording, man.
Really?
Me and Leroy was finishing.
Recording?
Well, he was, no, I'm saying when me and Leroy was recording,
okay.
Charlie P. Same like when we saw him.
When we saw him. Yeah, I was going to say that next. In reality, probably like 6 to 8 weeks ago, we were over at Rothstein's studio, undisclosed location. And while we were sitting in the parking lot, I think I was smoking, me and Leroy were smoking something, you know what I mean? Like we're smoking a blunt. I was smoking with somebody. And we came out there as a group collectively, and just for me to smoke. And we noticed a car had like a female, or maybe it was a couple of people in it, you know what I'm saying? Like there was just people in this one car, but we couldn't see who it was at all. And then all of a sudden, maybe 5-10 minutes after standing there smoking, that car gets in motion, starts pulling out, gets into the main strip, like gets on it with gas. And it was Charlie P. And he fucking yelled out the window. He said? Show and prove. I got some shit to say. He said something just crazy, like, bruh.
Yeah.
He sat over there and just watched us smoke that blunt, didn't say anything.
Shout out to Charlie P. When we saw
I talked to him right after.
When me and Leroy were there, the next time we saw him, he was talking to us all, and I was trying to get Charlie P. to come back and start rapping again. I want to do some stuff with Charlie.
Man, beast.
Yeah,
Charlie
P. is so dope, bro.
Dope.
It's very similar. I feel like with Charlie, it's similar to like Lex, where they're both super cold, but they know when they come outside and rap, it's just going to be a whole lot of stuff that they'd rather spend their. I get it. I totally get it. But I kind of put Charlie and Lex similar as far as like the creating of music. You know, what I mean?
Get it. Like
they're super talented, but
super talented people.
They you know what I'm saying. I get why they just kind of chill on it.
Shout out old Don Green.
Shout out Donnie. I was messaging him on the way here, dude. Shout out Donnie.
Were you? Yeah. Tell him you're coming here. I wish he'd pull up. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, I sent him I did an AI thing for Lex, dude.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
He loved that shit.
Yeah, shout out Lex. Yeah, we need to get old Lex pull up, man. I miss that guy. I texted him recently. We've chatted like that, but as far as like getting him back on the show, yeah. I don't know. It's just weird, man. Everybody's so busy. Chad's so fucking busy recording. Like, I'm finna be on the road and shit. Chad's got shows coming up. Like, shit just gets busy. Like, and even having this neutral location, like the new studio being here at Streets, shout out Streets 93. Right? That's right. Yeah, 99.3. But even with that, it's still like, we have to like, even today, you know what I mean? Like we schedule in reality, bro, like we're only a few days ahead of the actual day we're watching this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's fine. We do that shit all the time, but it's like, I love how we're able to like maintain it and keep it going. But at the same time, there's moments where in reality, we'll have 3 or 4 of these things, a dope episode with a dope guest or something just kind of tucked away or ready that's still relevant and still like brand new because we work so much. But I don't know what I'm trying to say. It just seems like we've been juggling a lot lately.
Yeah.
But every time I slow down and we end up back here, it's just like it opens my eyes like, God, we're still doing this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me, dog.
Yep.
The whole the 300 shit's just like mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's just the time, and
that's just a lot. I mean, that's like almost 500 hours of podcast.
Oh, easy.
If it's 300 episodes, you figure Yeah, it's close to 500 hours because
Yeah.
most of those episodes back in the day were over an hour.
Facts. All facts.
Yeah.
But, man, that's an accomplishment, man. I appreciate you for sure.
Yeah, dude.
Probably more than most.
It's been wild, man. It's been a while.
It has.
It's almost 4 years. It's been July of 2021 is when we started doing them.
Golly. And some of the guests we achieved, some of like just the moments we've been able to pull off on the show, like even just from just funny shit or having dope guests, or like the time Lil Flip was on the show.
Mm-hmm. Shout out David Manning.
Absolutely. Shout out David Manning. I need to call him.
He facilitated that shot, and that ended up turning into me getting Flip on my Live Forever album.
Right.
Which I never thought would happen in a million years.
Ever.
Doing a song with Lil Flip.
Right. Or he'd pull up and sit in my garage.
Yeah.
There was a fucking Rolls Royce in my driveway. There were kids in the neighborhood like gathered around it taking pictures and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was just weird. All off this little show we started 4 years ago. But it's been great, bro, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all the guys involved, for sure. Even all the way back to 5'3", to Lex Top Dollar.
Oh, yeah.
Leroy Biggs especially, O.N.E especially. Mm-hmm. Chad Arms, 1,000,000%. My baby mama for putting up with it for most of those years. And, you know, shout out to Streets 993. Shout out to all of our listeners and watchers. But, dude, this just has been a crazy ride, man. Like, I fucking love every second of it. And I'm so glad we have this platform to do like this, like the Bad Habits 2 episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll still call this Bad Habits 2.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, man. Thanks, Chatty. I appreciate you, bro.
No, man, ain't no problem. I appreciate you, dude. We just got to keep our heads down, man. We're gonna keep pushing along, man. We're almost halfway through this 12 albums, 12 months, point proving mission that I've been on this year, and it's working.
Fuck yeah, it is.
We're about 5 times where we were at.
Just hit 100K on Facebook.
Ago. Yeah, just hit 100K followers on Facebook. Hit 100K followers on YouTube a few months back. Hit 100K plus like monthly listeners. So it's kind of
on Spotify.
Yeah, on Spotify. Yeah,
all that shit's crazy, man. Like the progression's crazy, dude. And again, all while we maintain this little silly ass podcast, man. So many people really appreciate. You know what I mean? Like it's came to the point now where like I get love from the podcast. That's my like lane. But at the same time, bro, I'm glad we have shit to keep us active, bro. And the music you're making, bro, is just like making us that much more active. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And our like affiliations with everybody else around us, keeping us active. You know what I mean? Like it's just shit's working, man. I'm excited for the rest of 2025.
No, facts, dude. I'm excited for everybody to hear the new album. I mean, me and Leroy, the Bad Habits 2. Y'all be sure to go get it. Stream it, download it on iTunes.
Run it up.
I don't know if we're going to chart anywhere, but if we do, that's awesome. If not, it doesn't matter. We're still going to stream well.
Yeah.
And y'all are going to like the album. And
facts.
We're going to keep Leroy's already got new music he's working on solo-wise. Him and Twack working on a collab album. So y'all be sure to – he's doing a lot of features, so y'all be sure to – he's going to keep hitting y'all with content and music.
All facts.
Sure. The whole camp is, as a matter of fact.
The whole camp is, yeah. I'm glad you followed down with that because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But that Bad Habits 2, that's that new. Available now. Comment below, or the link below, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll put the link in there.
And then, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Fuck. Oh, June. Collab album from Chad Arms and T&E Grizzly.
Yeah,
that's fucking exciting to me, dog. And I knew about this, but
I'm excited about it, man. I already know July's too. We're not gonna say that one yet, but June, like, shout out to T&E Grizzly because, for one, he's a very, very, very talented rapper.
Absolutely,
very good. And me coming from somebody like me that's like a rapper, I love rap music, bro. I'm not ever gonna not love rap music. So I love when I can hear rappers that can for real rap.
Yeah. And
he can for real rap. And not only can he for real rap, he's very good with melodic hooks, with just creating in general.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that me and him are able to, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that we linked up to where we could work on some stuff, you know, and I know he wants to get back on the pod at some point too.
Yes, that's coming very soon. We actually planned that. We were going to try to shoot it this week for his birthday. But then it kind of like coexisted with the Bad Habits 2 rundown and the episode 300. So with all that being said, Grizz is going to be here very soon. And Grizz has been here a couple times with Ego, but y'all know Ego and T&E Grizzly are like Chad Arms and Squints. Like they're like, they're just like, you see them, they're like a duo, so to speak.
Yeah.
Shout out to those guys, man. Because like Chad's got a collab album literally around the corner next month with T&E Grizzly announced today. I'm on the road with King Ego as like a sound technician for the next like 2 months, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, as far as like the motion that we've been able to make, man, and just no matter how we're doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like everything has just been so impactful to where it's propelling. You know what I mean? It's just putting us in a different discussion, man. And I'm super fucking proud of everything we're just getting done.
Yeah.
Or we've got done, or we're getting done, or we got planned to get done. Because a minute ago, Chad said he knows the July release, but in reality, he knows a lot more than that. With that being said, like, dude, where we're going, come on, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Chatty Bobby. Shout out Leroy Biggs.
Hell yeah.
Wish he was here, man. Yeah, Bad Habits 2 available now. New visual available right after this, 11 a.m., Chad Orange TV. Dollywood Dope.
Yep, Dollywood Dope. Shout out Dolly Parton.
Shout out Dolly Parton.
She doesn't know that we dropped this, but it doesn't matter. Shout out Dollywood.
When Chad comes back, he's going to give us a rundown of the Morgan Wallen 37 records. I think dude just be really, though, feeling, I think, here's my pitch. I think this is why he puts out 37 records. I don't know why I'm saying this before we get off the air, but when I talk about the songwriters and I read them all, I start comparing like what person was involved with what record, and then break it down to like which one records I like and start comparing what songwriters were involved, right? And then randomly you'll hear like a record that don't hit. And I won't say any specifically because my opinion differs from others. But there's records on there that just didn't have to make the album. You know what I mean? But if you think about it, he's Morgan Wallen. His album's streaming like crazy. No matter what, those albums, like say 1 million people at least listen to that one song one time.
That's what I'm saying. That's if I was Morgan Wallen, I'd put 37 songs on every album I did.
Right.
They're all going to get streams. That's why it doesn't matter that he put that many songs on there.
But with all that being said, I think he does it personally, and this is just my opinion, but just from like what I see and what I hear and absorb as a consumer, it makes me think that he like does these songwriters favors.
I'm sure.
He's like, bro, if you save me them bangers,
yeah, I'll get you a placement. Hell yeah.
I'll do the bangers, and I'll do some that you personally want recorded.
I'm pretty sure Ernest co-wrote like 10 of them records.
Oh, facts. 1,000,000%. There's some other names in there, but some that I expected to see and I didn't, which wasn't disappointing, but it just makes me so much more aware of other songwriters. And I'm just at the age now where I'm interested. And I listen to the shit and want to know who's responsible for it. But yeah, there you go. Yeah. Shout out to episode 299. Bad Habits 2 available now. New visual right after the pod. Dollywood Dope. Chatty Bobby, new album in June with T and Grizzly. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Episode 300 next week. Don't fucking miss it. It's ChadOrangeTV.com. I got shitsay.com. We out of here. Chatty, let's go.
Bitch, we got views.